he has convinced himself that is good. And I had a conversation with Sandstorm right after he had that game with Faith, which said it took him a little bit to get adjusted to how the setups work here. But he believes that Chakram is the best, if not very close to being the best weapon in the game, even after all the adjustments. Chakram used to have like 25 true combos that you could do off of various different openings that have now been turned into one dodge strings, but he's still got some solid stuff. And it's the split Chakram in particular that we're going to be seeing a lot. And we got a Prio Dita here coming from Sandstorm versus Vem10kilo. So let's get started with it. I'm excited to talk about Chakram.
That's right. Yeah,
everybody's
been seeing quite a bit of it so far. So already Vem10kilo able to get the neutralizer, nice. Goes for the recovery, goes for the all the way up. Is that going to be the stock off the top? Yeah. Yes, it will be. And that is what Chakram, that is what Priya wants to do. Constantly fishing for those KOs off the top. Yeah. I feel like Sandstorm, what I got to see from his Chakram was a little bit more like edge guard desire. He wanted to go out there, he wanted to go off stage a little bit more. And I want to see how these two different styles clash.
So Chakram's interesting. In the sense that, like, a lot of the split moves make a lot more sense when you understand how the fuse kit works. But we'll talk about it as we see the situations, because we might even get a lot of those fuse kit things. Sandstorm's one of the few players that, like, oh, is that going to be it?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Vem trying to take him off the top of the stage here. Goes for the split on the gravity cancel D, like gets the recovery at the top.
He baited it out. He drifted out, and then Sandstorm was able to find one of his own.
Yeah, he found one of his own after being carried around by Chakram until deep red. What the heck was that? That double D-light, both of those hitting in a row, doesn't get the recovery afterwards. I don't even know that happens. Recovery, or Cider comes through, D-light, ground pound. Wow, Vem is outplaying Sandstorm a lot. I don't know if I'd stay in the Chakram Ditto after this, but let's find out. Splits the Chakrams, let's see what he gets. Neutral light does not combo in an air anymore, and you need a dash forward end light to even get it to be the best window for it.
Oh, looking for the neutral. He wasn't able to get the jump call out. Sandstorm, recovery going all the way up. And the thing I'm noticing about all Priya players is they feel absolutely no fear in using up all the. You know what? That's enough. Sandstorm taking so much damage off the top. He didn't lose his stock that time around, but he is taking so much damage. Vem10kilo keeps on escaping.
Drags him down a Sair, hits the neutral air. Nothing afterwards, though. You gotta be careful. Grounded down air from split Chakram. Touch the ground, holds you in place so you could jump out of it, right? So you're not even necessarily falling there. It's one of those things where I look at Chakram and I actually think, this weapon is so weak against heavy weapons because when you whiff its combo starters, you will get smacked in the face for how long you're lingering in the air. Like if you're playing against Lance players love to dash jump Sair. That's what Dare leaves you opening for. But if you're fighting against another light attack weapon, I think it's kind of hard to punish this weapon.
I think so too, especially like up against Sax. But Sandstorm not going to be able to get the stock off the top with the recovery. Vem just going to be able to pick up the Chakrams once more. Side light, okay.
So that's the thing that Sandstorm likes to do. That side light, down light. He fuses the Chakram. So when you split the Chakram, nice job with the recovery. When you split the Chakram, it knocks them up to the top. When you fuse the Chakram, it is actually a knockback move that sends people off the side of the stage. He likes going for side light, down light, just to be able to get an edge guard scenario. It's not going to confirm you in a knockout, but it's something that Sandstorm specifically says that he really likes to use.
And just good coverage, being able to hit from both sides. Now, once again, it is last stock apiece. Sandstorm goes so deep into the gut, but at any point, somebody can lose their stock off the top.
The difference between these two, tries to go for a down six. Down six kind of interesting. Vem went for the reverse hitbox on that. Wow. So Chakram doesn't truly reverse anything, but how Chakram works is depending on whether you get hit by the, for lack of better words, the boomerang swing, right? If you get hit by on the way out or the way it returns, your knockback changes. So if you get hit by the Chakram down sig, if you're stacked, you actually get hit by the backswing of the hitbox and it sends you behind. But if you hit forward with the down sig, then you'll go forward, and Vem was looking for that one. In the same way, if you hit with the returning hitbox of Chakram side air or down air, while it's fused, it knocks them the opposite direction. And so you get the property with the everything with the split turns into a grab. So like when you hit them with a split side air, that's why you can drag them down with you to the ground, and it all gets really crazy. And the thing that I think that Vem's been doing great is utilizing all of that on Chakram, whereas Sandstorm has basically just been a recovery bot. Like he's been playing Chakram, splitting it, and then just anti-airing with recovery and getting nothing else, and he's been behind 200 damage the entire set.
going into game 2, we're not seeing Sandstorm switch off here. And honestly, I do believe in his player because I feel like the amount of sets I've seen that Sandstorm loses in game 1, he ends up winning those sets.
He does adapt quite well.
But Vem, again, keeping up all these juggles. He's going all the way up there, looking for the neutral, not able to get it. He gets it this time around. Neutral recovery, doesn't find it again. Sandstorm just drifting out into safety below.
Dare, no recovery. Waited for the wake-up dare. I actually like that. Sidelight end light going to be the only thing true until that dodge was gone. Then you get that dare nair recovery right off the top. Bread and butter for the Chakram.
He's got the Soid primed, I believe. So if you've got Soid, all you need. Oh no, it's going to be Chakram once again. Okay.
Nice job with the split nair. It's going to be a combo. But that's not going to quite do it just yet. Now, Vem going down to the bottom of the stage, dash forwards, get the side light. What else is he going to get here? Splits. I'm surprised he actually wants to split his Chakram in this edge guard scenario.
Everybody wants that down side to be able to get those stocks back with the GC side light. No follow-up afterwards, though. Sandstorm making it back on, looking for the back
it's
hit
just
of the
so
D-Sig.
slow. Gets the N-Sig, does end up sending in the opposite direction.
No, Sido, he was a little bit too far back.
That Chakram Sair doesn't knock out to like 280 damage when it's split. Meanwhile, if you've got it fused, it's a little bit different.
Nobody's playing it fused at all. Nobody.
And that's why I'm a little annoyed. You know, the last balance patch gave fused even more power, right? On paper, the idea is that you do your damage with split, you knock out with fused. But everyone just keeps playing split. The last balance patch made it so that the recovery is significantly weaker than fused. And then you could go for like fused down air or fused side air, and that's just a knockout move. That's like hitting with an axe side or a side, not quite as powerful, but it's there. Vem Tequila, on the other hand, however, just keeping it split. Yeah, it does generally feel like the sentiment from everyone that's playing Chakram successfully is that fused is a burden. I want to split the weapon as soon as possible, and the only purpose of it is to split it again.
Yeah,
right?
Okay, we'll see how this ends up playing out. Right now, Vem has a massive lead for himself. He keeps on racking up the damage. Sandstorm just eating another downer. Okay, they're just exchanging downers and neutralities galore. He's going off stage. That ground pound. Oh my gosh.
Take spear ground pound and cut off the edges.
Yeah.
And that's Chakra ground pound, which isn't that great, honestly. D-Light Nair and the recovery there. See, that's another situation where like you hit fused dare there, you're getting a knockout.
Yeah, but everybody likes split downer because it gets a combo to side.
I'm criticizing
everybody wants to KO off the top.
Okay, and what KO does Sandstorm have right now?
Yeah, but you got to take time to fuse it together. You got to
Vem Tequila doesn't need time. He's about to two-stock him.
Okay.
You could press down like, you can even do it in the air. Right here. Look at him. Instead, he's going to get hit by Nair recovery. Oh, gravity cancel silent was kind of cool.
Okay, Sidon, that is going to be able to KO.
Must have been at 260 damage.
Again, Chakram's ability to KO off the top does mean that this kind of a lead isn't as significant as it would be with other weapons, because Sandstorm, he needs one dodge read.
Significant. He's on sword.
He can get a dodge read and take the stock off the top at any moment here. So Vem has to be super careful.
Neutralite, went for the dare, just missed. Yeah.
Oh, went for the double. Wasn't able to get it.
Splits the Chakram, downlight, and dare and recovery. Yeah, that power is not there. Now if it was fused. Well, I'm really. If it was fused, it would have worked. I'm just saying.
When do they fuse it?
They can't do it in that combo.
He's going to be able to KO.
But like right
Vem
there.
was able to get it off the top.
So hear me out. You could do the same thing with Chakram recovery fused that you can do with Blaster's recovery or Greatsword recovery, where you like jump and you do a pickup recovery and catch them grounded, and it knocks out like 50 damage sooner. Why are we playing around with it being split all the time when you got your opponent that damage? Look, it would have been completely different. He could have used it at any point on the time on the ground, and he's going for this dash jump pickup recovery. He did it. He did it twice.
He wanted to keep moving around.
I get that, but you don't need the combos if all you're doing is going for that recovery while split. Just stay fused. Now there is an argument against it. It is 4 frames slower. Unfused, which is probably bad. It's probably bad enough just to make me sound like an idiot, right? Okay. But I'm just saying, it's pretty good. All right, Vem's starting off fantastic. The thing that Vem's got over Sandstorm here is I think that Sandstorm's going for a lot of these like anti-air punishes with just raw Chakram recovery, and then getting nothing else after it. Whereas like Vem has been playing almost exclusively with Chakram Dare, and I think that players aren't really used to that. I was talking with. I was talking a little bit about this with, I think Flambo was talking about this on stream, actually. That's who I heard it from. Which is that players just aren't used to the fact that Chakram plays neutral from above. Usually being above is like bad. It's a juggle state. But Chakram actually just wants to be above you all the time.
You want to keep landing with neutral, right? You want to be able to call out stuff for the recovery. Okay, Sandstorm left weaponless here. That down is not going to be able to connect. Put himself off stage here. Vem coming back on with the recovery. Goes for the N-Sig. D-Light into the ground pound.
If he goes for recovery, if you had a split chakram, there, yes.
He picked up a new one.
It was fused Sair.
Did
you see how powerful that was?
He didn't even D-Light. It was only because of the weapon
All right. I get it. I'm just telling you, even if it was an accident, Chakram Sair really strong.
Look at the lead. Hold on. Vem over Sandstorm right now. Two-game lead right now. He is up in stock count.
Look,
Sandstorm can't.
If Sandstorm just wants to keep throwing out these recoveries, you might as well just fuse the Chakram. It's actually going to knock out. I don't know why he's going like that. I'm being so critical. Oh, he gets with the recovery. That's why you keep it split.
That's why.
That's why you do it. Because it's just a better weapon at the end of the day.
This is so far the closest game that we've had. Let's see how Sandstorm is going to be able to keep these platforms to his advantage. Vem just tossing away the sword, saying, "Hey, you know why I'm playing this immediately."
Dude, it's so funny. I actually am fuming. I'm fuming. You could use the down light as a combo starter. You don't just have to pick it up and just do like, this is my like a necessary move. You know what it feels like? It feels like if you had to pick up blasters and every time you had to load the gun. That's what it feels. They like get there. It's like, hold on, let me press my down light so I can put the bullets in the blaster. That's what
it takes too long. Oh my gosh, that is another stock gone.
Yeah.
Off the top, Vem
to split Chakram recovery. Yeah,
that's right.
It's
always a split. The sides are going to be coming out. Sandstorm still not
recovery
out of the blender.
Gets another recovery. Tries to catch a dodge up with the side light. Sandstorm switch goes right over, splits the Chakram.
Okay.
You know, maybe it's just Sandstorm that's making me think this way, because Vem's got me convinced that this is the way you play Chakram. Oh, Dare Nair Sider.
Yes.
He delays a little bit, carries him down with the fast one, that down air Sider.
It's split, goes for the weapon toss out there. Sandstorm going to be making it back on as Vem was too busy going for the GC D-Light.
Also, you could have just dared with Fused Chakram, and it would have just knocked out before.
Wow.
Right? He's making the games last 40 seconds longer. Yeah, Vem Tequila is amazing.
That's amazing. That's huge.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Vem all of a sudden has punched himself a ticket into winners finals.